Adam, what's the one fruit a Dalek will eat?
What? What is it?
An apple.
Okay.
Because an apple a day will keep the doctor away.
Planet of the pudding brains.
There's no point in being grown up if you can't be childish sometimes.
Would you like a jelly baby?
Shut up!
Hello and welcome, Whovians, to a brand new episode of Musings of a Pudding Brain. I'm Adam.
And I'm Matt.
And this week we are going through World Enough in Time and The Doctor Falls. Yes.
The unofficial finales. Of course, there's the Christmas episode, but we all know the Christmas episode is just a little bit of a bonus.
Yes.
This is the culmination of the season, basically. And they're light and friendly fun episodes where not much happens, but a bunch of banter and...
I'm sorry, what did you watch?
I was trying to prepare them for this in case, like me, they were not, where, some stuff goes down.
The world gets sideways.
Yeah, a little bit, literally. So, of course, episode 11 opens up with the TARDIS appearing on a frozen landscape. We're not sure where, not sure what planet, just...
It's frozen.
There's a lot of snow blizzard going on. The Doctor exits the TARDIS, drops to his knees, yells, "No, not yet, no," and begins to regenerate. And it's opening credits, bang! It's like, okay, it's gonna be like that, is it?
What did we miss?
What just happened? Yeah, you're like, wait, I did watch the last episode, right?
Yeah,
What,
I mean, did I skip something?
So, credits hit, and the camera brings us on this wide sweeping pan across this huge starship.
Yes.
It's huge. To the point where you can see through some of the windows, and each level of it is an entirely different environment. There's a city on one, there's a mountain on another, a farm on
it's
a
pretty
third.
cool.
And as it keeps panning, then you kind of notice where it's heading, kind of right in the direction of a gigantic black hole.
Hey, if they took a little turn to the left, they'll be okay.
Yeah, just a bit. Just a bit. So, of course, the TARDIS shows up on the bridge.
Of course.
That has a giant window in we'll call it the roof, the ceiling.
Yeah.
Facing the black hole, kind of staring down the mouth of the shark, as it were. And the door opens, and out comes Missy.
Out comes Missy. What?
Like, what? What's going on? And Nardole and Bill follow.
I like how she introduces herself right away as, "I'm Doctor Who."
I'm Doctor Who. Like, what? What's going on? But Missy, in her way, her banter, and like, yes, these are my, what does he call you? Pets?
Pets, thing one and thing two.
Yeah, thing one and thing two. And... just Nardole and Bill are not happy about what's going on.
No, not at all.
They're very dejected and like, no, he doesn't call us that. We're his friends.
Yeah,
Whatever. And like, we're here to save you. We heard your distress signal. Wink. Like, big exaggerated open mouth, like wink. And like, okay, is this not a real distress signal? Is she up to something? Like, what's going... And where's the Doctor? What's going on here? And then, of course, the Doctor kicks over. He's still on the TARDIS.
Yeah, he's monitoring.
Eating some chips.
Yeah. I'm a little jealous.
Yeah. Which, of course, Missy calls him out on. Like, what?
Are you
We're
eating
in the
chips?
middle of this and you're eating crisps. Like, no, I'm not. Like,
Sets him down.
Sets him down. But there's... Obviously, there's no crew around right now. An alarm starts going off. And this, again, is this an actual distress call, or is this the Doctor just testing Missy?
Yeah, it's a setup.
We don't know. But we come up with the facts that the ship is 400 miles long and 100 miles wide. So it's a little ship. It's a little bit. The engines are on reverse thrust, very, very slowly breaking away from the event horizon
Right.
of this black hole, but it is like right there. And the event horizon, of course, is the point at which that nothing will escape. You cannot get away. The hole will eat you.
Yes.
Eventually. It's the point of no return.
You're not getting out.
So not a great place to be. And why would you be here?
Who knows?
And as the alarms are going off, there's somebody makes communication. A crewman calls up. Like,
Yep.
Who are you? Where? Stay there for your own safety. Stay there. And Missy's just laughing. Like, for my own safety.
Come on.
Not know who you're dealing with. I'm Doctor Who.
Yeah.
You're really not. Stop that. The crewman shows up and he's blue.
I like Nardal immediately. I want to go back to being blue again.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Yeah. It's the very dry, like,
Nardal,
you're on the edge of a black hole and you're worried about going back to being blue. You're just a little jaded, man.
He might also be thinking about going back to sleep.
Yeah.
It's Nardal. He does
could
not
be
seem to
anything.
want to do anything.
But the crewman is freaked out, though, because, of course, he enters the lift, comes out of the lift, gun pointed
Yes.
at everybody. And Missy, of course, is still laughing about this. But he's freaking out because something is coming up the lift, some sort of creature that only shows up whenever they detect a human.
Right.
So it's like, who's a human? Which one of you are human? And
Like,
of
we
course,
all know it's Bill. But
gun is pulled. Doctor comes out of the TARDIS, decides to take the reins on
he's
this
like,
one.
okay, we're not now. It's time for me to take over here.
Yeah, you need to chill out. And of course, Bill says, me, I'm the human. Gun pointed right at Bill. Like, I'm sorry, but they only come up when they detect humans. If you're not here, if you're dead, they won't come up.
Right.
So I'm sorry. And the doctor tries to
Slide in the way.
and
no.
talk them down, and it seems to be working. And the crewman pulls the trigger.
Yeah, just as the elevator goes ding.
Ding. Yeah, it's like he's spooked. And we look over the shoulder. Bill somehow gasps, and the reason why she's somehow gasps because she really has no midsection left. Like, heart and lungs are gone. It's straight through.
Yeah, that is. At the very least, there is no diaphragm. Like, there's no way to gasp.
Right, and says, right before she gets shot, she says, Doctor, I told you this was a bad idea. She was right.
Yeah.
We do a flashback. Bill and the doctor are arguing about testing Missy and giving her a shot, and Bill is very much against it, whereas the doctor is very much for it because he wants his friend back.
Yeah.
He really wants somebody who is his actual peer, the most like him.
Right.
And I also think there's a little bit, because it's a core component of Capaldi's character, the am I a good man? Because if Missy is the closest thing to him in the universe, and she is so kind of
just out there, just a little,
and chaotic neutral evil, she will take some people out without any issues, really.
Yep.
Although she seems to be getting a little bit of a conscience, but there again, can we trust that it's true? And if she is so evil and she's so close to him, is he good? Is he evil? Because he's got a guilty conscience. He's caused a lot of death in his 2,000 some odd years.
Just a little.
Always predicated on trying to do the greater good, but that doesn't negate the fact that he's capped some fools in his time.
Just, he may not have directly killed them, but he definitely didn't save them.
Well, and he does have a proclivity for blowing things up.
Yes.
Collateral damage happens. But, they're having this back and forth, and Nardal, of course, whenever Bill calls the doctor on, you just why? And he says, I want to have my friend back. Nardal is there to go, is he having an emotion? I think he's actually having an emotion right there. No, look at you. It looks good. Let me take a selfie with you. Click. And it's just like, always there just to like grind a little salt in the wound.
Oh, just a little.
It's beautiful.
You're the one who said we were going to do this for 1,000 years. Guess what?
Right.
I'm going to remind you of that.
And at this point, Bill flat out admits to the doctor, like, she scares me.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure she's going to kill me.
Bill specifically asks the doctor, I don't want to die.
Yeah. Promise me you won't get me killed.
Yeah.
And it flips back to the ship, Hole and Bill. Problems.
I'm sorry.
And then flips back to the conversation. I can't promise you that. I mean, look, you're humans. And you're just so mortal. I mean, you pop like balloons. I mean, one heart, it's your most important organ and you have no backups. It's like you're on a budget cut. And just kind of like ribbing her hard. And it's like, well, would you at least try to keep me alive? And he smiles, says, within reason. Back to the ship. Holy Bill.
She did.
Bill finally drops. After this, like, 10 minutes of show, Bill
Just
finally
forth,
hits the floor.
He's like, oh, now I can fall over.
Creatures come out, and they're sort of mummy-ish. They look like they're medical patients.
They look
totally covered.
They look like hardcore burn patients.
Yes, just completely wrapped. You see none of their flesh at all.
Nope.
Apparently have no voice box because they're using kind of a Stephen Hawking rig to keyboard key in a vocalizer, which just just tells them like, we will take her, we will repair her. The doctor's like, oh, that's excellent. You like what will you do? Can I come with? When will you bring her back? Like, we won't. Yeah. And the door closes. Like, oh. Yeah, no, they were just like, we're going to take her off your hands. And
she's ours now.
Yeah, bye. At which point, the doctor is clearly already trying to go, okay, wait, what just happened? And who were they?
Yeah.
And the crewman's like, I don't know. There were only like 50 of us on the ship. 20 of us went down to the bottom of the ship because there was a critical failure to try and repair it. I haven't heard from them.
That was
in 2 days.
That was 2 days ago.
And, well, what do you mean? It's just a skeleton crew. Look at all of these life forms.
Yeah.
And it's thousands of life forms.
He's like, that happened in the last 2 days.
Yeah. So you got boarded. No, we didn't. So they were already here. No, they weren't. So like, where did all these life forms come from, and what are these creatures? It's at this point where the scene flips to Bill.
Yes.
Who wakes up with what seems to be a surgeon or a doctor of some kind of leaning over, going, oh, you'll be fine. Don't worry. Full conversion wasn't necessary. Although, maybe in the future. At this point,
yes.
I have a side note going, conversion. I've heard this song before. Think I might know who might be behind this.
No.
And she passes
you have
back
no
out.
idea.
Yeah. She passes back out. And then wakes up again, and there's this strange dude just lurking over. Oh, yes, you're awake again. Good, you're with us. Good. Like, kind of weird, fakey Slavish accent going on. You kind of get the idea that he's not really all there.
Yes.
Not necessarily dangerous, but definitely not all there.
Like you somehow figured out how to have fun.
Right. And
in a dark, dark world.
Right, and to add to Bill's confusion, besides the strange dude who was there kind of leering over her and then just kind of flakes off, she's got this big metal box on her chest.
Right.
And because the last thing she remembers is bang.
She's like, I got shot, now I got this big box on my chest.
Yeah, she doesn't look at it, she just kind of feels it and understands, like, okay, I have some sort of contraption on my torso. And, oh yeah, somebody in the other room keeps screaming pain. pain, pain, pain. Just the
Yeah.
vocalized keyboard just over and over and over again. So, wakey, wakey. Good times.
Bill heads off to investigate.
As she goes off to investigate, camera pans up on a clock, effectively, and it has two settings on it. One says floor 0000, day 2, 10 hours 45 minutes 17 seconds. The other one says floor 1056, day 365,036.
Thank you for actually taking that down.
23 minutes 25 seconds. So there is roughly rounded 1,000 years and 1 month difference between the two clocks.
Wow.
Weird. No other explanation. Follow Bill out into the hallway,
Okay.
and where she finds a very ominous sign over one of the doors that says Conversion Theater.
Yep.
Which just sounds at best a painful $2 ticket on Broadway. and an intake and an outtake. And she hears the pain coming from out. So of course, let's go check that out.
Well,
'cause
yeah.
that's clearly where you want to go while you're tooling around this medical
IV bag?
Yeah, IV bag of some strange glowing fluid that's being pumped into your new metal torso.
Yeah.
Roll with it. And she goes in, and there's an entire room of these creatures, beings, we're not sure, all sitting seemingly placidly,
Yeah.
except for a few of them that keep hitting the keyboard and just, like barely moving, just keep hitting the same button on the keyboard over and over again, but you don't hear any of them. She finds the way down to the one who's hitting it, and it's a person just continuously hitting this pain,
Yeah.
pain. At which point, Nurse Ratched comes in, followed by the strange man. Bill hides behind a curtain, does the "I'm not here"
Yeah, I know. With the IV,
with
glowing
the
IV bag outside of the curtain.
Yeah, clearly there.
I'm not here.
Now, the strange guy sees her, and she knows he sees her, and
Yeah.
he kind of waves her back, gives her a little wave off to put back farther into the curtains, and in comes a very angry-looking nurse who's yelling about who's making all that racket, all this fuss and whatnot, and comes down and adjusts something on the IV bag, and
Yeah.
you don't hear the dude crying for pain anymore. It's like, yeah, that's all better. Good on you. And
Yeah.
okay, it's time to do the rounds, Mr. Razor. So we now know the strange man's name is Mr. Razor.
I just continued to go with the stranger. He was giving everyone the stranger.
Yeah, probably was too. It's just that kind of creepy kind of dude. Like, again, kind of seems harmless, but you're just like, you stay over there if you would.
Here, patient. You seem to be in pain. This'll help you. Stranger.
Yeah. Oh, God. So staying on point. Oh, you got me.
All right.
So the stranger and Nurse Ratched, as I'll refer to her from here on out,
Okay.
leave the room to go on rounds. Bill comes out and investigates. What did she do to the top of the IV bag? And there's just a little knob that says volume.
Yeah. And it's set to zero.
It's set to 0, and she turns it up, and you can hear
It's still
the
going.
vocalizer, pain. She, horrified, mutes it again, like, I'm so sorry,
She
mate.
can't help it.
I can't do anything for you. And then thinks it's a good idea to go investigate somebody else's,
Yeah.
and does the same thing.
And his
turns up the
kill me.
Yeah.
Kill me. Kill me.
And she mutes that again, and starts to head towards the door where Razor is waiting for her, going, yes, you come with me. Come with me. Do you want tea?
Yeah.
Come with me. So she follows him down the hallway to his living quarters, and asking, like, who are what are those in there? They're like, oh, those are people. They're people. Well, why are they there? They're being cured. They're clearly.
Cured of what?
Yeah. But takes her into the living space. And after a few awkward moments about, No, would you like good tea or bad tea? Well, what's the
Yes.
difference? I call one the good tea and one the bad tea. Well, I'll have the good one. Ah, yes, good choice. Positive attitude for the horrors to come. What horrors to come? Mostly the tea.
Yeah.
Like, this guy is off his rocker. Just,
Yeah. He knows too much.
Yeah. And it,
But I mean, also the guy that's, the handyman on the floor, of course he's going to know too much. Everyone underestimates him.
right, of course. But as she comes in to get the tea, which he advises to drink hot, very hot, because the pain will disguise the taste,
Yeah.
Bill notices his TV. Because, oh yeah, your friends are up there. I set up a live feed for you. It's there. She's like, oh yeah, no, that's great, but how are they now? They're good. Look at them.
Look at them.
Yeah, but the picture's frozen. No,
No.
that's live. Why? Well, because they're at the top and we're at the bottom. Much slower at the top. Fast at bottom. Very fast bottom. And and he just made it like a third grader dirty joke. And
Yeah.
he's amused by it. Again, is this dude just not here, or is he just way too much there and is just messing with people? You never get a feel for the guy, but he seems to like Bill and want to help her.
Yeah. I do like the fact that it immediately, as she's getting the lesson, it flips back to the doctor,
Right,
Who-
is
breaks out the markers, and is giving the lesson.
right about to explain what's going on.
Yep.
Which the long and short of it, as he puts it, is the top of the ship that is closest to the black hole is affected by the supergravity there much more than the bottom of the ship, and gravity warps time.
Yes.
It will literally slow time. That is why at the top of the ship, things are moving much, much slower than at the very bottom of the ship,
Right.
which explains the clock we saw earlier
Yeah.
and the time disparity in
And why
between.
there would be so many people down there.
And why there are thousands of people, because they are the descendants of the original 20 people who went down to the bottom of the ship 2 days ago.
Yep.
Wee-hoo. And like, okay, and Einstein's going, told you. And
I mean, this is all you had to do.
right, and then it flips back to Bill. Bill can't leave the hospital. She has been there for weeks.
Yep.
Flips back to the doctor. He continues to explain. Flips back to Bill. Now she's mopping. She's been there about a year
Yep.
now and keeps getting these subliminal flashes of the doctor saying, wait for me, because as the creatures took her down the elevator the first time, he tried to send
Planted
her a
a-
message.
Planted a message in her brain.
Yeah. Saying, wait for me, wait for me. So she's been waiting for a year now.
Yeah.
And it continues with the back and forth between the doctor explaining the whole time shift thing and where all these people came from, and Bill just continuously waiting and going through the humdrum mundane things of basically being Razor's assistant.
Yes.
And living with this nutbag.
Or
Good intentioned, good hearted, seemingly nutbag, but still nutbag.
yeah, a total nutbag.
And keep seeing all these patients being converted, and just not knowing why. Nobody's Razor's not telling her anything. Nurse
No.
Ratchet certainly isn't telling her anything. But she keeps wanting to go outside. They won't let her go outside because they've made it very clear your heart, this is where you live now. You leave the hospital, this will no longer function, so
Right.
you're ours.
Oh,
Great.
cool.
Thanks for that.
Thank you. That's what I've been looking forward to my entire life.
Right, but Razor decides, okay, look, I'm going to take you outside.
Yeah.
Here, put this
It's gonna
on.
happen.
Let's go outside, and begins to explain to her that the ship is dying. Their world is rust. Their air is machine fumes
And exhaust.
and exhaust, and they have to evolve in order to survive, but evolution is very slow. So we're helping the people be stronger because we've sent people upstairs before and no one has ever heard from
Yes.
again. So there's obviously dangers up there that we must be strong to get up there, and so we must secure the people.
I like how she points out. She's like, "Why not just take the elevator?"
Right.
And
he's
he's like,
no. There are dangers. We've tried that before. Because they sent an expedition up and they've never heard from them again.
Yes, except for the fact that time is slower for them, but so by the time they hear back, it'll be years
generations later.
Yeah.
Which we know, but apparently the people in the bottom of the ship don't know.
course
Razor
they don't.
seems to sort of understand
understands
this,
it,
but
though.
he evades it a little bit.
Just a little bit.
And again, the whole conversion thing, and we have to evolve quickly. Yeah, this is starting to reek of a particular Doctor Who villain.
Yes.
And the Master, something's up with him. Something, the Razor, there's something up with him. At this point, I'm suspecting him.
Are you really already? You're throwing the shade. You're going. I have an idea of who you really are.
It's one of those. I'm not going to be totally surprised if this is him because it's got a few earmarks. It's got a few earmarks of his appearances, but you know, it just, and he Razor explains, and once everybody is converted, then we can climb the ship and take command. And then we call this Operation Exodus. And
yeah, because for them, they're leaving their terrible place and moving up.
Right, but they have to be strong to do it.
Right.
And to survive where they are until they can go up there. So all of this conversion is necessary. At which point we flip back to the Doctor, who has now just like judo flipped this dude, the crewman, to knock him out because they're going down the lift and, well, he has a gun. So we're going to disarm him, knock him out, and just leave him there. He's going to be safest right there. And take the lift down. It's been 10 minutes.
Yeah. For the Doctor,
Missy, and Nardole, and this crewman, it has been 10 minutes. So
it's been years.
Yeah, but they get Razor tries to help Bill escape as the Doctor and crew are getting onto the elevator.
Right.
Because he lets slip about the lifts and that he knows where one could be, and he tells Bill, "Don't ask me again." Why not? Well, because if you ask me again, I'm going to tell you. So of course, Bill, all big smiles, like, "Yeah, no, I'm gonna ask you again."
Gives him a big old hug.
So yeah, he dons this silly burglar mask and.
Oh no, I like his comment where that when she gave him that hug, it hurt his heart.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, no, not emotion. Your box, it hurt my heart.
It hurts
physically.
My chest, digs right in.
Yeah.
He's like, oh. They get out into the hallway and there's some banter about, oh well, what's this key? I have burglar keys. You can't be proper burglar if you don't have burglar keys.
Yes.
It has your name on it. Oh well, yeah, I also have keys to the ward. Like, what are you doing?
Then why are you sneaking around like a burglar?
Why are we sneaking? And what's with the silly mask? It's burglar mask.
I have burglar mask now. Burglar masks are cool.
Right. So, and he's like, yeah, no, we'll go this way. Well, shouldn't we go the other way? No, we'll go this way. It's a secret path through here. And takes Bill into the conversion theater.
Yeah.
At which point the surgery team shows up and is like, oh yeah, no, you're not going anywhere.
No, it's your turn.
It's your turn to do this now, and we like to sneak people in here so that we wouldn't want any screaming in the hallways now, would we? Like, oh, you are just sick on a level that is unbelievable.
You're a horrible person.
It's for your own good. It's for your own good. At which point we flip back to the Doctor and crew arriving on floor 1056, which is the floor that Bill is on now.
Yes.
Doctor, of course, splits up, takes Nardole off to go investigate while leaving Missy back to check the computers. Nardole wanted to check the computers himself. He's like, it's kind of my thing.
I'm the computer
Doctor's
guy.
like, no, she's more clever. Well, she's more evil. And Missy responds with same thing. Doctor dips back, it's really not.
It's really not.
No, stop that. But of course, the team splits up Scooby-Doo style. And Missy left there. As soon as the doctor is away, Razor steps out from around the corner.
Missy gets the stranger.
Yes, Missy now gets the stranger. And one would usually assume the stranger would regret that. But in this particular case, Razor clearly knows who she is.
Yeah, like immediately.
It was like, I've been waiting a long time to meet you.
Well, I mean, also, if you look into it, because he's been watching that TV, maybe he developed a crush on Missy.
Yeah, you'd
While
think
watching
that at
her
first,
in slow-mo.
until, and Missy warns me, like, listen, I'm really trying not to shed any blood today, so please keep at least a 3-foot distance from me at all times.
If you want to keep your insides inside of you.
And he mentions, like, oh, you don't remember being here before. Flips back to the doctor and Nardal, who are wandering about the hospital. Which, of course, in this gigantic city, they immediately find their way to the hospital. It's the doctor. Let it go.
No, I think the lift is inside the hospital.
Oh, that's good call. That's possible. They never really say.
I know.
It's never really, said. They just know you're in this gigantic city.
But I think the lift is inside the hospital.
That would make sense. But they find the conversion theater. And, of course, they open the doors and they're like, they're gonna send Bill. Yeah, no, Bill's nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Years have passed. Oh, crap. Back to Missy and Razor. Oh, I assure you, I've never been here before. Missy trying to tell Razor to flake off, basically. Yeah. Like, oh no, I can assure you, you've been here before. Flips back to Nardal and the doctor, who see a couple of creatures in the theater, just sitting there, and begin to investigate it. And doors open up, and you see metal boots on the floor. The rest of it is
in the shadows.
In the shadows. At which we flip back to Razor and Missy. Razor has now pulled a gun on Missy, who, of course, laughs at being drawn down on by him because doesn't care. It's Missy.
Like,
Whatever. And Razor tries to tell her, no, you've been here before, and you know the doctor's never going to forgive you, especially after he finds out what you did to his friend.
She's like, wait, what
do you mean?
I haven't been here.
And I haven't done anything to his friend. Oh, yeah. Yes, you have. Which flips back to Dr. Nardal. The thing steps out, and it looks like a very basic, 1.0 version of a Cyberman.
Yes!
Which, of course, it's the friggin' Cyberman. If the conversion theories hadn't smacked you in the face all episode long... you knew people were getting converted to Cybermen. All of the hints about needing to speed up evolution.
Yep.
And it going too slow, so everybody has to be upgraded, and it's for their own good to make them stronger. Come on! We've done this before.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with Missy, we've done this before.
I love the fact that when when Missy is trying to figure out where this ship is from, and it comes up that it's the planet Mondas, I was like, oh my god, not only is it Cybermen, but it's the original Mondasian Cybermen.
Right, see, now, being the Nuvian, did not catch that, just caught that it's, okay, they're from a planet that is very close, twin-like to Earth. Of course, so that's why they appear to be human, but they're not really human, and why the creatures were only seeking out humans.
Yep.
Okay. People are being... Yeah, I even have a note. People are being converted to Cybermen. Called it! Razor peels... We flip back to Razor and Missy, and at which point he's like, oh, come on, what? You've never liked disguises? You've liked disguises. I always did. But, especially when you're trying to hide from certain people, and peels off his mask, and it's the Master, who immediately says, give us a kiss. And so the Master and Missy decide to team up, as it were.
Yep.
And we end with the Doctor realizing that the Cyberman in front of him is Bill,
Yes.
who is crying,
Who, but
And
it is kind of heartbreaking.
who waited for
Whose
the Doctor.
last line in the episode is, "I waited for you,"
Yeah.
and you're like, "Oh, that hurts."
Oh.
But yeah, seriously, why are we paying attention to her tear?
Yeah, well, tears are a very important thing this season. It's come up a couple of different times if we've been paying attention.
I know.
Yeah. And that brings us directly into the Doctor Falls.
Which opens with a recap of the previous episode.
Of the previous episode, because of course it should have been a week and not just like moments.
Yeah.
For those of you not marathoning things, this would have been a week later. So it was like, all right, and just as a reminder, this is the stuff that happened. This is your oh my god moments.
Yes.
And then it opens on the bucolically rolling hills of a farmland. Looks like
very
Amish
peaceful.
country. Bunch of kids in a hayride. There's all kinds of scarecrows around. Oh wait, those scarecrows are the proto-Cybermen.
What the?
The bandage. What is going? Okay, they're on floor 507. So those things have been working their way up the floors for a while now.
Yes.
And yeah, and the farmhouse gets attacked. They shoo all the kids down, make them duck and cover basically under their beds, and open fire on the shamblers of the Cybermen.
Because they really do come across as like straight up shamblers.
Yeah, just very, very zombie. Because they're prototypes. They don't have the upgraded armor and all of the stuff of the Cybermen that we know and despise.
Yes.
And then after the attack, they show the farmers stringing the things back up as scarecrows, basically. And a young child is walking along, and there's a tremor in the ground, and a shuttle bursts forth from the floor below, completely ruining this child's worldview.
Yeah. What the hell is this?
And it crashes down, and out of the smoke comes Cyberbill. Carrying the Doctor limp in her arms.
Yes.
Opening credits. You then after the credits, you then see Missy and the Master on the rooftop. Little flashbacks. They knock out the Doctor while Nardole escapes because they confronted the Doctor in the room with Cyberbill there. Nardole runs away. Missy knocks out the Doctor, falls across a computer panel, and basically passes out. Wakes up to the two of them dancing on the roof.
Yeah.
Having a little waltz. And opining about, hey, how many times have you died? Have you ever drowned? Did you ever die this way? Were you stabbed? Were you shot? How about... Basically, what we want to know is, do you have any requests? Like... Okay, yes, it is definitely the Master, and Missy is definitely the Mistress, and...
Yeah.
Oh, we're on a crazy train right now. Okay. And
This is what happens when there's a multi-master story.
right. And they tell him they were going to throw him off the roof, but that would be a lot of stairs to climb after they went down and drug him back up the stairs to throw him off the roof again. And
Yeah.
it just going back and forth, just taunting him about the different ways they're going to kill him until he has no regenerations left.
Yeah.
And
Oh, man.
by the way, all that time up on the top floor, explaining what was going on instead of just taking action. 10 years down here, and you miss her by 2 hours.
Oh.
Just grinding that just deeper and deeper. Now, and of course, in villain style, the Master begins to monologue a little bit.
Yes.
Basically, say, we find out that, yeah, he was stuck here, and look at what he's created. The entire city is a foundry of Cybermen now. I'm going to take over. And the Doctor's like, I'm not having it. I know what really happened. Oh, what? What really happened? I'm going to guess your TARDIS landed here, got stuck, probably couldn't get out of here, so then you joined the rest of the crew, lived like a king until they revolted, and that's why you're in hiding in the disguise while you're secretly trying to move things in the background and just trying to get out of the prison that you find yourself in. Oh, well, shut up.
You figured it out.
Meh. The doctor's just clearly just unimpressed.
I am disappointed in you.
Especially since he tells him, well, what's going on down there? Because all the Cybermen kind of snap up and start moving in a uniform direction towards the hospital.
Yeah.
And the doctor's like, yeah, you think you've won again, but you're missing something. I'm in the room.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
What? So when Missy clobbered him and hit him into the computer panel, he very lightning fast, quick, tight, was able to reprogram the Cybermen parameters for humanity and humankind. He just had to change one number from a 1 to a 2. How many hearts they were looking for.
Yep.
So now, and he says, welcome to the menu. There's only ever been one way to defeat the Cybermen. One. Me. You have to let me look. And it's so smug, it's hysterical.
Oh yeah, he's just like, I look, I allowed you guys to monologue and do all that stuff, but I already moved my pieces into checkmate 10 minutes ago. Thank you.
Right. Now, of course, the master being the master. Like, no, I am never going to. So if you can do it, then do it. Like, what, are you begging me for help? I will never beg you. I would rather die than that. And just, pulls out his version of the sonic screwdriver and starts effectively zapping the shamblers that come his way.
It's a laser screwdriver? No. Sonic something or other. It's a laser screwdriver.
Okay. And Missy has her version, so it kind of looks like a lightsaber fight at one point, because there's a lot of beams going everywhere, because the Cybermen are shooting their own weapons and whatnot, until finally they decide, okay, there's too many points of entry. We can't cover them all. All right, fine. They release the doctor. And he's like, I told you I had a plan. As soon as he's released, makes contact with Nardal. Have you been useful? I love that. Not, hey, how you doing? Come get us. Have you been useful?
He's like, yeah, I already got a plane.
Yeah,
I got a ship.
I found this in a loading dock, and shows up with the shuttle. Missy and the master immediately start scrambling up the ladder. The doctor's the last one to grab a hold, but he gets bear hugged by one of the Cybermen and is shocked, electrocuted.
Yeah.
Really bad. At which point, Cyber Bill comes to his rescue and ends up taking out the Cyberman that has the doctor.
Yeah.
And then, as the master comes up to the cockpit and tells Nardal, he died. He told me he never liked you. Let's go. Like, yeah, I don't think so. No, we're just going to wait. And then Missy comes in the room. He died. He told me he never liked you. Let's go. Yeah, I heard you the first time. We're not going anywhere. They force Nardal to try and throttle up.
I do like the fact that the master and Missy had the exact same line. It was just like, no, right now they don't know. Missy doesn't have a perception of what the events going on from that master's point of view.
Right, because the two of them being together creates a ripple in the time stream, a bit of a paradox. So he is not able to retain his memories, therefore she does not have them either.
Right.
We've run into this kind of paradox before when the doctors all show up in the same timeline. They never remember them being with each other.
But then the current doctor is the one who remembers all of it as soon as it's finished.
Right.
He's just like, oh yeah, I totally remember that now.
Right. But, they do know they're the same person.
Yes.
Which is odd.
It is a weird thing.
And they try and force Nardal to take off with the shuttle. And Cyber Bill, again, in complete defiance of all known physics, is able to hold on to the ladder and keep the shuttle from lifting off and going
Yeah.
any farther. So she makes sure that the doctor gets on the shuttle. We flip back to 2 weeks after that. And the doctor swears that he will fix Bill.
Okay.
Kind of important. He like I before he passes out, like, I will fix this.
Yep. Okay.
Then we flip forward 2 weeks after their arrival at floor 507. The farm mom, the farm mistress, is walking about bringing blankets to Bill, who for some reason is staying in a barn.
Yeah.
Seems fine. Looks like the old Bill. Okay,
Yeah.
the doctor took him 2 weeks, but he fixed Bill. Rock and roll.
Good.
She stands up, and the farm mom is telling her, "Look, I'm sorry you have to stay out here, but you kind of scare the children. It's a little off-putting."
Oh,
Bill's like,
I'm sorry.
Why? What's going on? And like, as Bill tries to approach her, the farm mom backs off.
Backs off.
And he's like, no. And Bill has no memory of getting to the barn. But she's told that the doctor put her to sleep, and he explained that she's not dangerous anyway. And she's like, wait, why would he have to tell anybody that I'm not dangerous?
Yeah, that doesn't really make sense.
You know,
I'm Bill.
and well, can I talk to the doctor? He's still recovering. And she approaches the marm, and the lady runs out, like,
Yep.
clearly terrified. Meanwhile, outside the barn, Nardal is kind of the work foreman, or ordering people around like he's cock of the lock, as he rolls.
I don't understand. He just shows up and he's like, guess what? I'm in charge. I
mean-
don't even want to do this, but now I'm in charge.
Yeah, this has to be done. I'm in charge. Let's get to it.
Okay.
Come on, chop chop. But the farm people are building up what defenses they can, clearly, for an attack.
Yes.
They know the Cybermen will be coming for them soon. And specifically coming for the kids to convert them because, well, they're easier to work with. There's less to throw away when you're done with them.
Yeah,
Creepy.
I know.
But one of the kids who isn't scared of Bill, the same one who was at the site whenever the shuttle
Yeah.
rocketed up through the ground, she seems to be able to take things fairly well. Comes in to talk to Bill and says, everybody's scared of you. I'm not. Brings her food, and Bill gets her to bring her a mirror. Which then she sees the cyber face within the mirror and freaks out a little bit.
Just a little bit.
The doctor shows up, and the girl's like, I'm sorry. And he's like, no, there's no reason to be sorry. You were being kind. There's never a reason to be sorry for being kind. Here, have a piece of candy. Run along now. At which point, the doctor tries to explain to Bill what happened. And Bill reacts very badly to the whole back and forth, where it's like, yeah, no, you were converted. Your mind is putting up defense barriers so you see yourself as yourself, but how you see yourself is not what you look like. And this actually happened. I can't do much about it.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, that's...
Bill flips her wig on him and is like, I waited for you for 10 years. That you had faith that you would come and get me, that you would save me. And he's like, listen, you can't afford to have a temper. Calm down. You can't get angry. She's like, why can't I? And then the laser beam on top of her head blows out the entire barn door. It's like, that's why. That's why you can't do that. And Nardal being Nardal outside, everybody, working on the defense.
like,
Like,
what the
oh my
hell?
God. And he's like, yeah, all right, listen, people, somebody broke the barn. Okay, let's just back to work. It's nothing to worry about. Just back to work. Like, I've been around the doctor too long. Something blew up. Nobody's been hurt. Move along.
Yeah.
But he takes her outside, and once again, she's so worked up. And the master shows up. I was like, starts taunting Bill. It's like, yes, it was a very long journey, but every day was worth it because of this. And gestures to Bill and is just messing with her. And she responds with, I am not upset. Like, ah, well, that just takes all the fun out of cruelty. You might as well wind up the refrigerator. All right, well, come on, let's come see what we've been working on. And then, the camera pans in past the armor, and you see Bill just broken, crying on the inside, and one of the tears leak out the eye. And the doctor kind of wipes it away and looks at him like, well, what are you looking at? What is that, oil or something? He's like, no, that's an actual tear. Cybermen don't cry. Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, why is that a big deal? Because where there's tears, there's hope. And, but Bill tells him, like, listen, if you can't repair me, I don't want to live like this. I don't, if it's not possible. And that's, and she comes to realize, that that's not a possibility anymore. And again, he reminds her, like, tell you what isn't possible, a Cyberman crying, but where there's tears, there's hope. Again, like, don't give up on me yet.
Yeah.
If there's any possible way in the universe, I will figure out a way. But they follow.
And it's a big universe. There's a lot of possibilities.
There's a lot of possibilities, and you only need one.
Right.
Only need that one chance. Well, the Master starts leading them down a path to show them what he and Missy have been working on, and Bill and he have a little bit of a back and forth again, but it's pretty much just banter. The main point is the doctor stumbles and grabs his side at one point, stumbles, and tries to hide it by, like grabbing a walking stick. But when he stumbles, a little bit of regeneration energy flares in his hand.
Yep.
And he obviously fights it back. Bill's like, what was that? Oh, no, it's nothing. Whatever. And explains to Bill why the Cybermen are coming after their children. And the Master reminds her, like, well, yeah, they like the kids because there's less to throw away.
It's like, oh.
It's like, you are just a monster. I mean, we love you for that, but you're still just a monster.
John Sim does a great job of just being a monster, and I'm glad that they allowed the character to have the goatee again.
Right. Does he still have that ridiculous beard? Well, no, a wife, but no. Basically, the Doctor and Missy have actually found the lift tubes on this level.
Yes.
And they found multiple ones of them. But as they were figuring that out, they had the discussion about, why don't I remember you? And it's because the timelines are out of sync because they're together. And the Master taunts Bill again. And, Missy actually gets a look across her face, and the Master looks at Missy and says, ew, you actually have empathy. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And, again, one of those little flickers that Missy may not really be in sync with her former self anymore.
True.
She's having a little bit of a conscious flare. But she impulsively calls for a lift, which is probably a bad idea because they were all downstairs and not empty.
Yeah.
So as the lift comes up, Cyber Bill steps up and is like, I'll take care of this. But it still takes her, the Doctor, Missy, and the Master all wailing on the Cyberman that appears out of it, which is obviously weaponized because it's got fully upgraded armor and it's got a shield in front of it. But they finally take it out effectively. And go, okay, good, well, we have this here now. But we can't, let's go up to the TARDIS and let's go fix this. We can't. Why? Well, because by the time we get up to the TARDIS, the Cybermen will have had tens of thousands of years
to evolve
and figure out how to stop us. It is a mathematical impossibility.
We have to stop here.
We have to fight here. We have to do something here. And the Master and Missy don't take that idea very well.
No, not really.
Back down at floor 1056, the Cybermen have fully upgraded. They are now truly a cyber army and have decided, yep, we got the numbers. Let's do this. And all of them start lifting off vis-a-vis jetpacks in their feet. and start literally just punching their way floor by floor
Yeah.
on their way to find the doctor. At which point, alarms across the ship start blaring. And it's because they want to announce they're coming. Like, guess what?
Yeah, they're just letting everybody know.
Yeah, just so you're aware, this is what's happening. Now, of course, while that's going on, the Master and Missy are in the room discussing, why he doesn't have his TARDIS. Why can't we use his TARDIS to escape? Well, if one, it's at the bottom of the ship, and all the Cybermen are coming here, so what does it matter? There's nobody down there anymore. Well, yeah, that'd be great, but it's broken.
The Master has had a broken TARDIS quite often.
Well, he's rough on his toys.
Yeah.
I mean, like, really rough on his toys. But on the outside, while they're having their little tete-a-tete, the farm is preparing for battle again to keep fortifying defenses. Nardal is somehow able to mod a shotgun to fire an explosive round. Not really explained, except for Nardal claiming that he's pretty much a badass in all things. And I just, parenthesis, accept it, move on. The Doctor and Cyberbill try to plan an escape route because this is a ship. It's not a rolling hillside. So they find a sealed off maintenance hatch, basically. Yes. That, okay, we can go through here and get everybody out through here. Back to the Missy and the Doctor to basically explain the Master and Missy. Mm-hmm. Master explaining, I blew the dematerialization circuit. I just love that. That is such sci-fi bullcrap there. It's beautiful. But blew the dematerialization circuit in his TARDIS, at which point Missy jacks him up against the wall by the collar. I was like, well, I don't remember much, but I do remember an encounter with a very scary lady who threw me against the wall and made me promise to always keep one in my pocket. Effectively creating a bootstrap paradox.
Yep. And here you go.
And here it is in my pocket. Here you go. He's like, you effectively have me to thanks for this. You're welcome.
Yeah.
So they now have the ability to just toddle off whenever they want.
Of course.
Back, they flip back. Nardal is now in the farmhouse. He's tapping away at the at his laptop, and the farm mom is kind of flirting with him a little bit.
Yeah,
like dings her glass against his, and is like, "Who loved you anyway?" Nardal very awkwardly takes his cup away and is like, "I should warn you, I'm not human." And she just cocks her eyebrows like, I'll try anything once. And he just kind of looks back at her like, what the heck? At which point, Cyberbill walks into the room, scaring the crap out of both of them. The farm mom draws down, fires at least 3 shots into Bill before Nardal is able to be like, no, it's Bill.
Bill needs a cowbell.
Bill does need a cowbell. Like the farm mom apologizes, just I'm sorry, I didn't know, easy mistake, blah blah, and you get the vocalized from Bill going, I understand, and just walks out and is like, oh, jeez. I mean, how do you you shot
I know
me
I'm a monster
3 times? Yeah. It's just nobody will ever love me. My life is just terrible right now. But, so as the Missy and the Master plan on bolting, they kind of come to the Doctor and be like, so we're out.
Yep, we're leaving.
Do you want to come with us? Why are you going through this? There is no way. What's your plan? Just what do you got going on?
Yeah.
And the Doctor's like, I don't really have a plan. I mean, we're going to evacuate everybody as far as we can. The next solar farm is 5 levels up, which they will eventually find you there. Yes. Well, you can't win. I know. And what? The Doctor's like, you're not telling me anything I don't know.
I know I'm not going to win this one.
At which point, Missy and the Master, who from now on I will refer to as Eminem,
Eminem,
begin to, they kind of scoff and walk away, and the Doctor has had enough. He, yells no, And they keep walking. He's like, no! When I yell no, you stop and you turn around. No, I'm going to have it out with you. And he launches into this brilliant monologue about, what do you think this is about winning? This isn't about winning. I'm not doing this because I want to beat somebody or because I hate somebody or because I want to blame somebody. It's not for fun. God knows it's not easy. It's not because it works, because it hardly ever does. It's because it's right. I do it because it's decent and above all, it's kind. That's just it. It's just kind. If I run away today, good people will die.
Yeah.
But if I stand and fight, some of them might live. Maybe not long, but some of them will live. And who I am is where I stand, and where I stand is where I fall. And I will keep doing this until it kills me. What would you die for? And it's like goosebumps everywhere. And, it's just,
Great doctor speech.
You have just cored the entire idealized doctor.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. He's the paladin. He's doing what is right, what is good. Whether anybody stands with him or
Yeah.
not, because that's what he has to do. It is his core principle. And the master's just like, wow. That would have been a really awesome speech if I had listened to any of it. Ta! And starts to walk away. And Missy just kind of stops and is like, has that pause in the moment. And it's like,
you know what? No, I'm gonna.
I heard what you're saying. And Dr. Employee's like, stand with me, stay with me. Now's the time. He's like, no, I'm sorry, no, I'm gonna bug her off.
I'm gonna go.
So and they leave him standing there to fight this
My ride's leaving.
futile battle in defense of these farm people.
That my friend said it's time to go home.
Yeah.
So really sorry.
My ride's leaving. I
Hope
gotta
you're having
go.
fun with the party.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll see you at some point.
Like, oh Jesus. At this point, the attack begins in earnest.
Yes.
And they use the old ploy of, hey, send the kid out as bait.
Look, sometimes you just gotta send the kids out there as bait.
Armed with an apple. Like, okay. And the kid gets in front of this pack of Cybermen. And they're like, come with us. You will be upgraded. No, I'm good. And she throws the apple into the middle of them. And it blows up. Like,
Yeah.
it blows up the
It's a
entire
grenade.
pack of them. It's like, Nardal modded an apple. Are you friggin' kidding me? Groan, accept it. And then right on the heels of that, they're back in the farmhouse, and Nardal is like, no, look, I'm awesome. Like, I have all these blueprints, and if you have an unbelievable knowledge of schematics and engineering like I do, you can cause spontaneous critical system failures. Like, okay, so he hasn't actually done anything to the guns or the or the apple themselves. He's simply designating them as basically a laser point, a target.
Yep.
For this is where he wants an explosion to happen.
Yep. That's
Like,
it.
Okay, all right, that is sneaky. Well done, good on you. And the whole point of that is to make the Cybermen believe that they have more weapons and are better outfitted than they expected.
Right.
So make them back off for a second, which actually makes them change their plan.
Yeah.
And the doctor tells everybody, okay, so now that the first wave is done and they've backed off, you all need to go
Just
right
leave
now.
now.
Like, why? Well, because up till now, this was a mission of mercy. They were trying to get a hold of all of you to make you stronger, to make you better. Now you're a military target, and they will come with a much bigger force to wipe this farm off of the ship.
Yes.
So you all have to go. And Nardal,
okay.
You're going to lead them. I am not.
Yes, you are.
You have to go with them. You're the doctor. They need you. Nardal, one of us has to stay here and blow up the floor. The other one has to take all of these people and either help them escape or look after them, care for them, protect them
Yes.
for as long as they can. Which one of us is stronger? And Nardal pauses like, oh, damn.
Oh,
You got
good point.
me. So Nardal leads the people away, leaving the Doctor to effectively enact this suicide run.
Right.
Where, in order to delay the Cybermen and to take out as many of them as he can, he's going to let everybody else run away through these tunnels. And once they're far enough away, he gives them as much time as he can. He's going to detonate the entire floor
He is going to decimate the floor.
of this ship. So, 100-mile wide explosion.
Yeah.
Just to wipe the map. Cyber Bill, of course, decides to stay because what she got to live for at this
She's
point.
like, not really good at running or stairs right now.
Yeah.
Kind of, my knees. It's my knees these days.
Yeah, stairs, the ultimate enemy of many Doctor Who villains.
Science fiction in general.
Yeah, science fiction in general. But and I do love the one point while he's shooing them all out. But you're surrounded. It's like, I love being surrounded. It means everyone's looking at me.
Right.
Like,
They're not paying attention to you guys.
right. We flip back to Eminem at the lift. It's easier.
Okay.
So
All
the,
right.
the
All right.
master is about to get into the lift, and Missy's like, "No, come here a second, though. Come here a second.
Give me a hug.
Give me a hug." And
Say
he's like,
something nice.
We're really gonna do this? All right, come here. And she basically whispers in his ear, I really missed being you. I loved it. You burned like a star. It was awesome. That's not me anymore, so I really am sorry about this. At which point she withdraws the knife she has stuck into his side.
Yeah. Just boom.
And
right
he's
there.
like, so I'm
Ah.
about to die to become you. And she just kind of wrinkles her nose and smiles at him.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you are good. Oh, you are good. Well, you are me, so you deserve my best. Why are you doing this? Like, at that point, the master's just like, oh, you just want to, like, push me out of the way so that you can come to rise. Oh, that's nice. And then he realizes, no. Wait, where are you going? Missy's like, no, this is where we've always been headed. It's time to stand with the Doctor.
He's like,
And
whoa.
the master freaks out, like, I will never stand with him. And Missy tells him, well, yeah, actually, you will.
You will.
And turns her back on him. At which point, he lights her up with the laser of
Yep.
some,
It's a laser screwdriver.
the laser screwdriver, and took the full beam. And he says, don't worry about trying to regenerate because you got hit with the full beam. So
Yeah.
this is where we have always been headed. Shooting ourselves in the back.
I hope it's not true. I mean, in true master form.
Well, it's the whole, as it flips from there, we get back to Bill and the Doctor about to split up to defend the house, and the Doctor has kind of a, you're my friend, and I think everything of you, and Bill, looking like Bill for the sakes of drama, I'm sure, like, teases the Doctor and reminds me, like, I've always kind of liked girls and people of my age, and it's at this point where I just, in my own notes, I'm like, oh, for freak's sakes, can't have one storyline without this coming up again
Of course.
and again and again. Like, we
It's
get
no-
it, you like girls.
In
We
this
get
moment,
it.
though, it's more of a joke.
It's more of a joke and a tease, but it's still just a,
Thanks for reminding us.
we know. And, Bill goes off to do her thing. The Doctor heads off to his front, repeating the words from River, without hope, without witness, without reward. Off to battle he goes. And we flip back to the M&M where they're having the meltdown about, it's time to stand with him. No, it's not. I killed you. Well, I killed you. And, well, we killed ourselves, apparently.
And just have a laugh about it.
And flips to a scene of Nardal getting all the people through the hatch, and he's exiting, getting them on their way. And then back to the Doctor, who's just tearing house with his screwdriver because he's downloaded the program to the screwdriver so that he can cause spot explosions.
Yes.
So he looks like Tim the Enchanter just blowing up the hillside. And
He's like, you don't want to go over in that cave, though.
right,
There's a
right.
rabbit.
Watch out for the bunny in the cave. He'll give you a right squinting. You see Nardal over there shining his glasses. And of course, as we all knew was going to happen, pretty much, the doctor gets hit
Yes.
from behind, drops to his knees, gets hit again, full in the chest,
Oh, it hurts.
and just like, nope. The regeneration energy starts to trigger, and at that point, he uses the screwdriver to trigger the entire floor. Just boom.
Damn.
Somehow his body survives.
Yes.
And he's laying there and
Regeneration.
ready
stuff.
to regenerate. Yeah, doctor stuff. Looks up and all he can see is a ball of fire above him. It says, "Pity, no stars. I'd hoped there'd be stars." And then you see the embers kind of flicker across the fire like they were stars.
You're like,
And
you kind of got your
smiles
stars.
a little bit and then blacks out. Then we flash forward to another farm. Nardal is standing in front of the lift, waiting
Yep.
and waiting. And we're assuming from his point of view, it has only been minutes, but knowing how time flows, he's been waiting there for a while, because here come two of the little girls to call him to dinner.
Yep.
The food's ready, and oh, do you know so and so? Of course I do. I think she likes you. Well, she is only human. And Nardal is clearly taken on. He is the head of the survivors.
Yes.
And he's going to protect them. Then we flip back to a shot of Missy. Aerial shot. Eyes aren't moving. But no, she's still there.
Yeah.
We assume, and we're going to use the air quotation marks on this one, that she's dead.
Yes.
Quote unquote. Flashback to the battlefield. Now there's one Cyberman limping around. Of course, it's Bill.
Who else would it
Because
be?
every other Cyberman, even the upgraded weaponized ones,
they got wiped
out. But Bill's still kicking.
She ducked down. That's all it was.
Duck and cover, children. Duck and cover. What she finally finds the doctor, and as she's leaning over her deepest desire and wish is finally fulfilled. She finally gets nirvana at the end of the life of struggle, because Heather shows up.
Yes.
You remember Heather, the star-eyed girl from episode 1 who got ate by the puddle?
Yes. She became one with the puddle.
She became one with the puddle. The intergalactic transmission fluid comes to save the girl.
I love the fact that when you break down Heather's actual character, she is intergalactic transmission fluid.
Yes. And of course,
Interdimensional? Yeah, whatever. She's transmission fluid.
She would be interdimensional as well, because she's proved she's able to do that. Yes,
Yeah,
the godlike ship leakage, who takes the form of an actually very attractive young lady.
Yes.
Shows up and is smiling, and Bill is suddenly standing there.
And it's Bill.
And it's Bill. The Cyberman that was standing over the doctor falls over, and she looks over.
Thump.
And Thump is like, "Am I here? Am I dead now?" And Heather kisses her. And
She's like, no, not really.
"Does that feel dead?" And Bill looks down, and she's dripping. Like, "No, you're like me now." It's like, "Oh, you came back for me, but how did you know?"
She's like,
"Your
tears.
I left you my tears. I always know when you were crying them."
yeah.
Oh, so like as soon as the doctor found the tears and was looking for them, like, Cybermen don't cry.
Yeah. What is going on with
That
this?
was the distress signal for the star-eyed girl to come
Yeah.
in. Now, I did notice that it was just like, "No, I came for you." "Oh yeah, we can help the doctor too. Of course we're gonna help him. Come on, it's okay. You'll be with me forever now." And at one point, it's like you really just want to be like, "Oh, that's so awesome." I just want to remind everybody that episode 1, Bill and Heather really don't know each other that much. They're both in their 20s.
I know.
Attractive young people who are now effectively stuck together forever and ever. It's either going to be a fairy tale ending, or it's going to be married with children. married with Nardal.
Did you miss me today? With every single bullet.
Yeah, it's like very idyllic and kind of body stripper. And it's like, oh, this could be badly. Good luck, kids. Good luck. Off with you. And they get the doctor back to the TARDIS because they figure he's dead. He's died his final death. There's no regeneration energy.
Yeah.
Leave him on the TARDIS. Where else?
He
would
actually
rest
died
in
while
peace?
regenerating. This isn't gonna work.
Yeah, and Heather once again offers, come with me, because it's your choice. You could be human at any time. It's atoms. It's just the way you arrange them.
You can go home.
You can do whatever, but hey, let me. Heather opens the door of the TARDIS, and there's a giant spiral galaxy outside.
She's like,
come
with me.
Let me show you around a little bit. And Bill makes the decision to go with her, but before they leave, Bill's like, hey, listen, I've been around a little bit since we were together, since I saw you last, so let me show you around. And then they skip off of the TARDIS, and the door closes. The Doctor, of course, then wakes up and is pissed that he's awake.
Yeah.
And he starts to feel the regeneration energy start surging, and he fights it. And like, I will never change again. I refuse to. I will stay me. I want to die as me. I will not do it. And the TARDIS leaves and takes off and then drops. And like, where have you taken me? I'm not going to do it. The Doctor steps outside. It's a raging snowstorm. We're back to the beginning of the last episode.
Yes.
And where he screams, no, never again. He fights back the regeneration. It seems really painful.
Well, I mean, probably is.
I mean, that's, I know what stopping a pee feels like. That's got to be on a magnitude I don't even know.
Because I mean, that's at a cellular level there.
Right. Like, there's a lot more output going on with his, but he manages to stop the process, and he hears somebody out in the snowstorm. And he calls out, is anybody there? And the stranger calls back. Well, who's there? I'm the Doctor. Oh, well, no, you may be a doctor, but I am the Doctor. You might say the original one. And it's another Doctor. The first Doctor.
It's David Bradley portraying the first Doctor.
Yes. End of episode. Which will bring us into the Christmas episode. Now, again, just the tingles there now as somebody who has a deeper classic Who knowledge than I do. I'm sure you were pretty much just squirming in your pantaloons about,
I was like,
oh my God, awesome Easter egg. This is going to be so cool. Now,
this entire 2 episodes has been like that.
Right.
It has just been me going, oh my God, that Mondos, and then this, and then this.
And then the Master, and then, it was a great ending. Now, I do like to see that Bill got the girl, finally.
Yes.
Finally, thank God. She's like, Bill is like the friend you just would wish would just get laid.
You're like, come on.
Because like, please, just she's trying so hard, and she keeps reminding everybody about it. Just let her break a piece off somewhere. She's literally been box blocked by the Pope himself. She's had a rough go of it.
I don't care who you are. That happens. I'd be like, I'm sorry. It's gonna be a long time before I can get over being blocked like this.
I would hope that I would be on a date with a girl who I could look at and give her the Tyler Durden response of, you've met me at a very strange time in my life, and she would get the reference and go with it and accept the insanity. But yeah, I think having the Pope and a pack of cardinals pop out of your bedroom when you're having issues about your own goings on will definitely mess things up.
Yeah,
but I like the fact that she and Heather are off gallivanting about for one specific reason.
Yes.
because this brings me back to my Doctor's Angels theory, where they're gonna hook up with Clara and Lady Me, and they're gonna pick up River, and there's gonna be an awesome Doctor Light episode of just the girls running around saving something. Missy might show up. Missy's allowed to show up.
Okay,
But it will be a
so-
Doctor Light episode.
Hold on. Are you saying so? It's Clara, me,
Heather and Bill.
Heather, and Bill, River.
We'll probably pick up River just for, and maybe Missy as the sixth, and then they will all meet the new Doctor.
Oh, hold on. The Doctor's daughter, Jenny.
There's,
Susan,
we
who's
don't-
still out there somewhere.
I know, but this is just.
Give me Romana, throw that in there, and then the 13th. That's a 10-person episode. That'll be awesome.
That would be awesome, but I was going with the ones who are actually still like gallivanting about time and space.
Actually, all of them are still gallivanting
Okay,
because
fair enough.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, it'll just be the
Jenny got into a spaceship and took off. That was it.
yeah.
We're
Good
like,
point.
Susan got dropped off. Romana got dropped off.
Yeah,
And she's a time lady, so time lord as well.
yeah.
But there were some awesome Easter eggs in here too. For me, it was the when the Doctor once died in a fall from when Missy said that. She's actually referring to the events of Logopolis, which was when the fourth Doctor fell off a radio telescope tower because the Master tilted it.
Of course.
Yep. It's when the fourth Doctor regenerates into the fifth. During the final battle, we saw a ton of different versions of the Cybermen, and they're all labeled here. So we had the Mondos, which is the Bill version, the Telos, which came from the Tomb of the Cybermen, Planet 14. That episode is Invasion. The Voga, which is from the episode Revenge of the Cybermen. The Canary Wharf ones, like even some of the new Who versions came up from Doomsday, and the Moon version from the episode The Moon Base. Like, it's pretty cool. And then the first Doctor's line, you may be a doctor, but I'm the Doctor, the original, you might say, is actually a mix of the first Doctor and the fourth Doctor's lines. The fourth Doctor is you may be a doctor, but I'm the Doctor, the definitive article, you might say. And then the first Doctor was, I might be any number of things, young lady. As it happens, I am the Doctor, the original, you might say. So I'm just like, Doctor, you just been saying this line. You've been practicing this one, haven't you?
Hey, you stick with a good turn of phrase and a good joke that only you get. You,
like,
you stay with it.
Yeah. Oh, but
yeah, so cram-packed episodes.
I know.
We've got one last with Peter Capaldi,
yes.
and it's the Christmas episode, so I'm sure it's going to be a little hair-raising and a little heartwarming at the same time. I'm interested to see the interplay between Capaldi's Doctor
First and
the
12.
first Doctor.
Because technically they're the first of each of their cycles.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So that and the actor they have portraying, I can never remember
David
his name.
Bradley?
Thank you, David Bradley. I will always look at him and go, it's Mr. Filch from Hogwarts, or it's the Lord of the Towers from Game of Thrones. He's also in The Tudors. He's a well-known actor, and he always plays kind of a great creep.
He also actually played William Hartnell in the movie An Adventure in Space and Time, which is a biopic about William Hartnell over his run as the Doctor.
Oh, excellent. So this is familiar territory for him then.
Yeah. Also, he was the villain Solomon in the episode Dinosaurs on a Spaceship.
All right.
Also, he plays the old man in the village from the TV show Broadchurch, where David Tennant was also in it. So was Arthur Darvill and Jodie Whittaker. Oh, and the show was run by Chris Chibnall.
So British sci-fi is pretty much like Canadian sci-fi. It's the same actors. They just keep going, no, we just want to work with the people we know. We work well together. It's okay.
British television in general. These are my friends. We're all going to work together. And you're like, but the story is this. We'll make it happen.
It doesn't matter. We'll work with it.
Yes.
But, yes, so next time we will cover Twice Upon a Time.
Yes.
For the quality wrap-up, and maybe throw a little... predictions and wishes, what we what's going on with the new season.
I can't wait.
Coming up very quickly on us.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. If you got this far into the episode, you love what you were hearing, so hit that thumbs up button, press the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and join the notification squad, and remember to keep your eyes out and ears out, because you never know where or when the doctor's going to turn up next. Have a great day, everybody.